Oh, hi everyone! We're going to be building and painting a very special custom miniature. It's going to be me, okay? It'll be great. So first of all, I'm going to be switching out their arms. Well, not really switching out. I'll just be taking from one and putting on the other. So first I have to get off the capable one. I like the cape much better than the other one. So I realized the knife wouldn't work too well, so I just pull arm off. Very easy, very fast. If arm came off faster though, the world would be a better place. Anyway, haha. I'm trying to cut knife with the other one. Make sure you're careful because you could cut yourself. I didn't though. I'm very special and good at this. I've had master training from very important people. They teach me how to do this very well. Now I put model over the other. You can see the arm will be fitting perfectly. It will look so good. So now I'm just going to cut off his arm. But then I realized that takes a very long time. I could cut myself. So now I'm just going to chop it off with some beautiful clippers that I found. Very good deal. Very good clippers too. I know I can find very nice stuff. But Lisa, she can find the best things. Ha ha ha. I love my Lisa. I'll do anything for her. So now you can see arm fits so well. I'm very happy with it. Now I just clip other arm off. Be careful because you might not know where it go. It could go across the room. You know, the room. Ha 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 ha. Now I'm just cutting off the little pieces, the cloth of his loins. And I just get rid of those, so I can put them on the other one, make it look much better. Now I have everything cut pieces and I'm going to start gluing. So first I'm going to glue the drum together. I made it myself using green scarf. I know it looked great, but that's cause it came out like that. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, now I got it off sprue from a very nice man. He gave it to me when I bought the mini because I said I wanted drum and he had a nice drum. So anyway, I'm going to stick it on with a nice little pin and glue it together. Make it very strong and secure and never fall off. Now I'm just cleaning up the cloak. There are funny lines all around it and on the legs too and on the head, so you want to get those off if you want to make it look very nice and very cool. If you don't, then it'll look ugly. You can see here I trim off arm and I'm trimming all these little pieces because they have all the little lines on them. These lines do not look good. You do not want them. It's like Danny's drug dealers. Don't want it in your life. You have to get out of there. And you should know better to get rid of your mold lines. Don't keep them. Now you can see he looked very good, all clean, nice and clean, all little pieces too. And now I just add a little green stuff and I stick onto drum to make nice flat face that I be hitting with my little hands and now I'm just nicely smoothing it off. It look beautiful now. And I'll do that with the other side too. It's very similar process on both sides. Just take a little bit of green and you smooth out on it, very easy. Now I just add the green stuff to the little line down in the middle and you just scrape it through. Basically just fill up crack. You don't wanna put too much on or it look lumpy and ugly, but now it look very smooth and nice, just like my Lisa. Ha ha ha. Now I just stick a little bit of glue in there with my knife. That makes the arm stick very well. I could have used the pin there, but I didn't and I just let it glue and it turned out to be very good glue. Arm staying there very well. I add a little stuff to green and I put it in there just to make sure it worked very well and stuck together. There are no gaps. make sure you watch out for that too. If there are big gaps, then it won't stick together. It'll be a big problem. So now I'm just sticking on drum, and you can see it work very well. It's going to look very good in the end. Yeah. Now I have a little bit of green stuff, make it into a little rope, and that'll go around the drum itself. First, it go around his body. Then I have another piece that go around drum too, so it stick to him very well. See, I'm going to be putting all the cloth loin bits. Just stick it on his leg right there. Look very nice. Look very good. You can see I grab bigger one and I put it in middle, cause that one very important to me. That's for my best friend Mark. Little one's from Danny. He's also a very good friend. I help him. He's part of our family really. Now I stick on more green stuff cause the big one doesn't stick perfectly to the one. There are little gaps in there, so I have to make sure that look very nice. Now I cut head off. It would be beautiful, dirty blonde hair, just like my friend Mark. But it's not from my friend Mark, just so you know. Haha. There we go, all finished. Now I just glue on a little piece and I stick on top of drum, and I put it at the right spot. It'll look beautiful. It'll look very nice. But first you have to stick it on. See it fall many times. Haha. Don't worry though. I stick it on very well and it stay perfectly. Yeah. Oh, make sure you use a pin for these little bits, cause if you don't, they don't stick on. You drop them on the floor, pieces go everywhere. You don't want to lose your pieces, especially when you made them very nice. So here you can see it's all put together, and now we have to make sure it's primed very nicely. Even though they coated the model, there's still some pieces, and the scraping might have revealed the pure plastic underneath. But first, we have to make the base. Of course it has to stand on something, right? So I made a little nice base of the green stuff, and I just kind of squished it around with this very nice tool I made myself. So I roll it and make very beautiful base texture, and I make sure to stick it on so it's nice and flush, as they say. Here, and I say it. Yeah. Now I just make sure everything perfect before I spray, because after spraying it, you don't wanna really change things. It's better just to make sure everything's nice. Make sure he glued down very well, and that the stuff really look good around his feet. And now I make sure drum look very nice too. And now I just do very quick and easy spray. I do black and then gray and white. But make sure don't do too much. It will look ugly. You don't want to make a very nice job with the building and the painting. But if it's too globby, it'll look very, very childish. And you don't want to be childish and unprofessional. I'm very good. I save money where I work. I'm very professional. So that's what I try to do with my models. And if it's a little too much, you can always scrape it off and make it much nicer. If you don't, it'll look very big and nasty, and that means it will be quite an ugly model. So now I'm just going to paint with the clothes like I always wear. So first I always wear a black shirt or coat. So I'm going to be painting that all around the model. It look very nice, very pretty. Ha 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 ha. Ah, ha ha ha. It's little me. If you didn't know, it's going to be little me. Yeah, some space is very hard to get to, but don't worry. I paint very well, and you'll see that I paint very, very nice. So it's going to be everywhere. Now I'm painting the hood and got all the back done. Don't worry about that. I have to make sure very nice, even though you can't see it too well. I have this nice brown that looks like a kind of a football color, but it's not my football. Don't worry, ha ha ha. I have it nice and safe. If it doesn't do strip, it'll make me very sad. But anyway, now that's finished, I'm going to move on to next part, and that will be painting legs. I always like the nice white leg pants for myself, but there's more bits on there like fur and cloth, so you have to make sure that you show off those details. Can't be pure white. Pure white looks silly. Make sure you don't just make a base collar unless it's very small or it look fine as it is, but you should probably add it. Like my black cloak, I won't just leave it as it there. I'm painting my shoes black because black is a very nice color. Matches my hair. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Now I like to wear blue undershirt. Also look very good. Match my eyes. So now I just put that under and into the cloak and look very good. Now I'm going to be painting very fast. That's actually how fast I paint. I'm a very fast painter. So I put on beautiful color to make my beautiful red cloak. Kinda looks like my red dress from Lisa. Ha 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 ha. But no, I bought it for her. And she loved me. She always still loved me. She still loved me. She still loved me. Anyway, I'm painting a nice brown for the hair, and then I'll be adding some darker and lighter bits, and that'll be a nice dirty blonde mix. Also adding crimson for that little strip there. That'll be that base color. And for other one, you'll see very special. I like it very much. So I paint a little yellow stripe on front and back. I'll be painting blue in between. And so you get nice yellow stripes in the blue. And it looks like nice shirt from Denny. But don't worry, it's not a shirt. Ha ha ha. Denny's he's still fine. He's still fine. Now I'm painting the scabbard, and you can see the scabbard coming together very well. Now I'm going to be painting other part. I'll be putting a nice dark color on the drum. I like the color, it looks very nice. It will match my the color I put around the drum. Just watch, it'll be a very nice mix of colors. Now I'm going to be painting the nice bright green. It'll come out very nice. It's like a nice plant, like for a dozen red roses, and there'll be a red on top. There's also like dozen red roses. So I just do that all around, and then for the in-between parts, I'm just gonna use a nice dark green. It's like called olive, but I make the olive a little darker, so it shines very nice and makes the other thing look very bright. But I make sure not to get on lighter green. That's very important. See, now I'm going to be painting blue like I said I would. I always keep my word. I never betray everyone. Even though people may betray me, I still love them. If everyone love each other, the world will be a better place. You can see a world very better place with me in it because I paint very nice. Look how nice the painting is. Yeah. Oh, now I got some blue. Don't worry about that though. I make sure I clean it very well. Now I'm using gray for fur around my black cloak because it looks silly if it's all black. So now I use a gray to pick out color. And now I'm starting to highlight certain pieces. Like I'm adding a lighter brown to the front of it, but I leave other one darker since that's not in the sun, it's in the shade. So the color need to not match, or it looks silly. Now I'm starting color for my hands and my face, and so that very easy. I use Bogman Glow, and that worked very well. But before that, I just paint a little round handle, so I get that down out of the way first. And then I also paint the blue. I make a nice highlight color, and for that highlight color, I just put a little white into the blue, and I put it on top. And then I blend it with a little bit of regular blue and back into shadow. That looked very nice, very good. Next, I'm going to be adding same kind of fur color. I'll be putting down little triangles around my hood. It makes it look very good and shows all the details very nicely. And that make it everything very nice looking. And now add brighter color to dirty blonde. But I make sure not to make it completely yellow, right? You still want to see a little brown underneath, so you know it's a dirty blonde, not just regular blonde. Oh, anyway, I'll be painting the color underneath. Oh, and then I use pure white for the little fur around my legs, yeah. And then I'll be painting on the little strings near the fur. They'll also be white to make it stick out very nice. And now I just have bright red. It kind of look like pink. And I just dab that on top the drum there with the red roses. And after making a little tops bright, I just add in some dark. And I do very quick but very easy blend. And so I stick a nice dark color on bottom. Don't need to make sure it blend too well. It's alright, it could be kind of similar dark color because it's all in the shade. But for the top, you have to make sure the bright look nice. So for that, I just blend it together and make sure everything stay wet. I do the white first, and that dries a little slower. And so that way I mix it all together, and I put in original color too, where it's too dark, and then look beautiful and perfect. That's the plan, to make everything look real nice, yeah. Oh, I had to go out for a second. My friend Denny, he be attacked by a drug dealer, but I saved his life and I put drug dealer to jail. So don't worry about that, it's all fine. Ha 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 ha. Oh, now I paint inside of robe a little gray too. Makes it look very good. Makes it very different. Oh, and now I'm going to be highlighting the big cloth, the crimson one. So I just add a little white to the crimson color, and I make sure that goes on top. And then I put darker color in the middle, look very nice. And now I just painted gray all over the sword, and then that'll be base coat. I won't be using metallic color because I try non-metallic metal, even though a big cylinder, it not look like sword really, which makes me sad, but it's alright. It still look very nice. Because I paint so well. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Now I just put a nice gray color on top of cloak and on the shoulders and such. And then I just blend it into the black, and you can't really see it, but it's very easy. You just put it on top parts, and then you mix it into black color. You just, blend it in there. You put in some black where it's gonna be dark. And then you just, push the brush together. Use tip, use side. Make sure you use many parts of brush. Make it very, very handy tool. If you just use one part, it's not going to work too well. But using it all together, you get nice, very nice blend. And now I add a little gray to the dots. and then I add a little bit lighter gray, and then a tiny piece of white, and that make the stars, the very little stars on my leather, that make it look very nice, very real. It's another non-metallic metal trick, ha ha ha, because I have little metal stars, but I wear leather armor. In game, I don't wear studded leather armor, just so you know, ha ha ha. Very easy to confuse, but don't worry about it. What you see, what you get from me, ha ha ha. I'm very honest person. Oh, and now you can see I have little plate, so I highlight little plate with the white again, just to make sure it's very nice and clear. But back of legs are in shade, so I don't want to put too much color in there, cause it would look funny if it was too highlighted. Yeah. Ooh, and now I'm finally painting skin, so I put Bugman Glow on hands and face. I do it in a nice thin coat, but it cover very well and it stick very well. And then I just get lighter. I mix in white with Bugman Glow, and I make sure my skin is nice and pale. I mean, I'm very tan person. My face look very natural and real. Yeah, ha ha ha. But I don't show it cause it was too messy. It was too much going back and forth. But as you can see, it's already working. I have my lighter color. I put that on my face, and now you can see it look perfect, just perfect. And then I just put a little black for my eyebrows, just draw a little line, and then I put a little tiny little dot of black. But after seeing it, I'd rather put dark gray. That look much better, because pure black look very funny, you know. So make sure you use maybe a little skin color, just a tiny bit with white, and then use tiny bit of black. And now you can see I just clean up with some of the other color I have. Very normal, very natural skin color. As you can see, very healthy. I'm a very healthy person. I run, I throw a football, very good body. And you can see I work very hard to make sure my model look nice. I just cleaning up, make sure, because face is very important, a big part of miniature. Now I just add a little color to the fur. I just add a little brighter white, where the sun can kind of see it a little bit. And using that, you can see the different colors of the fur, darker and the lighter, makes it a very nice color. Very nice color indeed. Oh, but you can't see it. I hide it from you, don't I? Oh, my mistake. Now you can see I add nice color to it. I add like light leather color, and I put in water to dilute it. And doing that makes it look very nice, makes it add lots of texture and color, and that means it'll come out very well. Don't worry about the light, you know, it should make sure don't spread too much, but you should be very careful about not overdoing it. Now I just blend sword together, so I use bright white on the tip, and I do it on both sides, but it'd be very important. Be silly if you blend very well on one side, other side look ugly. So now I just work at the same time both sides, and I just add different colors. I make a nice gradient on wet palette. I put in black one side, white other. I just have light gray and medium gray, darker gray, and I can just stick it. I can just say I need a little more of that, and I just grab it from my palette, and it worked very well. Worked very well indeed. Very nice and easy blend. And if you do it very fast, then you don't need a dry retard, or it's called. And it take work. You go back and forth, but eventually you get nice proportions. You get a nice bit of gray, nice bit of white. It just look kind of funny, because sword isn't very flat and sharp. It look more like long claw, but that's alright. That's alright. My paint job look very nice though. Now I just paint base, nice brown color, nice medium brown, and that white, that's the missing part, that's the glue I put down. So when I put the darker color, it fit in nice between legs, and then lighter color that's outside, or it's not in shade, and I put nice regular medium color in the middle, and that make very nice model. And then I glue down, ha ha ha, you see my hand only, ha ha ha. I glue down tuft, and I trim it with little scissors, and I glue down bush behind it, and then I glue that down too. Then I take little eyedropper, but don't use for eye, I use for glue, ha ha ha, very funny. Glue dropper, and I stick that down, I drop it all around there, and then I let it dry. Become very hard to rub off grass. Makes it very strong though, so that's good. Make sure you don't use too much or everything go everywhere. And that's it, that's my model. Make sure you do what you want to do in your life, make you a very happy person. And follow my instructions if you like, and because you get $5 to miniature, maybe put miniature together like I did, look very nice. Maybe a store owner be very nice too and give you drum. I'm very grateful for that. I hope you like my miniature. I do, I love it, and I bet Lisa love it too. Anyway, goodbye.